Welcome to the Kop TV, the voice of football's most famous stand.
Yes, good morning and welcome back to the Kop TV, the voice of football's most famous stand. It's nice and early. You can see by James's face how excited he is to be here at this time.
Don't patronise me.
Normally, he looks tired. He looks tired.
Don't patronise me on this morning, on this Monday morning that we
Beautiful
would like
day.
probably what?
Beautiful day out there.
It is a beautiful day, but you know it's not beautiful. Getting me up at bells in the morning on a Monday morning ahead of a long week, being a selfish bastard and getting me to do that. You're lucky it's this show. I'd never say yes to anything else this early, but you're lucky it's this show.
That's what we love to hear, man. Big up to Kop TV. James looks wrecked. That's a bit harsh, to be fair.
It's not harsh because I already know it. I have not just had one of the finest rolls from Mary Jane herself. I have literally just got out of bed maybe 10 minutes ago. So it's one of those things.
You know what? I love to hear that. This is the only show in the world that could get you out of bed this early on a Monday. So we love to see it, bro. Happy Monday to you.
All right, face up, Copper. Hurry up. Losing steam. Lads, I'm losing steam here, you know what I mean?
Right, before we get into Hot Kopics, remember, show us some love. Show us some love.
Just like the way Alex never showed me love earlier by getting me up at this time.
Exactly. So replicate that love by giving us a little like. Doesn't cost you a thing. Make sure you subscribe to the Kop TV if you're not already. And of course, hit that bell. That's what it's about, Jay, isn't it? We want people to be notified like that as soon as we go live on these things. It's important.
Yeah, absolutely. We want people to be notified, just like I was notified that I'd be getting up this early in the morning. Yeah, 100%. Oh, and by the way, do you know what else would be? And you know what you're lucky about if you do decide to subscribe and furthermore turn on notifications? It's not going to be a 15-second call at fucking 8:30 in the morning from Alexis. It's going to be just one little thing. It's not going to wake you up.
There you go. That's it, man. Clock talk creasing up already. Big up to RJ Franco. See, he's watching this from Australia. I don't know what time it is.
Right, mate. Yeah, I know. But you know what?
What time is it there?
It'll be like night time, I swear.
Yeah, man. Big up. Happy Monday, James La. You're looking sharp, says North Red.
Nice one, lads. You know, like when you've got that friend who will lie to you just to gas it up. That's my guy right there.
It's 7 in Australia. I'm guessing 7 at night.
Yeah,
support
absolutely.
the boys, of course. Support Kop TV, Kop Talk TV if you haven't already as well. Me and James. Actually, not me. I think it's just James that's done fan cams with him outside Anfield. So yeah, big up.
Yeah, man. He's very tall. He's a very tall individual. He's actually probably like the same size as you, and that's saying something. And he's like 3 years younger than me, or I think it might even be more.
I remember seeing the video of you two, and he was going, "You're quite tall yourself," and you go, "Okay, don't patronise me, lads." How are you, though, bro?
Besides nearly being dead off sleep, amazing. Yeah. Another win. Liverpool going strength to strength. 10 games to go. It's all in here, baby.
It's looking good, right? And of course, we're going to speak about Arsenal in the week. We're going to speak about Forest at the weekend. But yes, it is all looking good. Yes, the last 10 games of the season could deliver us dreams that we never even thought were available to us, Jay. Like, we could potentially have the best couple of months ever. However, there's one thing I want to talk about, right? And that is, of course, Salah's contract. Now, you've heard the pundits talking about it. There's been some back and forth between the agent and Twitter, and it's not made people happy. He actually tweeted 5 laughing emojis. This is Rami, Salah's agent, on Friday. And it was a bit mystical. No one really knew what it was about, but fans aren't stupid. We can put 2 and 2 together. Obviously there's been transfer negotiations that have been going on since December. They don't look like they're going to continue on it in a way that is going to make the fans happy. But Jay, like, you've seen all the pundits speaking about it. This is something that could destabilise our season, and it's the perfect time for this not to happen. We don't want any distractions like this to happen at this point of the season. It's so crucial. What do you think about what's happening, and will Salah sign that contract, bro?
I've got to the point with the Salah contract where, like, for example, I went out of town the other day, went to heebie-jeebies, and guess what, Alex? I had a great time. Probably a bit too much of a good time. And you know, like, when you spend too much in a short space of time, your contactless stops working and it doesn't get accepted.
Wow.
Do you know when that happens? Yeah. Well, that happened to me. So that was not getting accepted. But the one thing I have accepted is that Mo Salah might just leave.
Wow.
He might just leave.
Saying that?
He might. I might can mean, ready for the Michael Owen statement, he might leave, but he might not. And at the end of the day, I don't know. James has not got the answers on this one. I am a Mr. If. I am not a Mr. Absolute. So it's one of those things, Alex, where if he leaves, devastating. I don't know why I'm doing devastating, really, really devastating. It's like getting bullied by a kid and going, yeah, man, sweet. You know, like, obviously it's not ideal. That being said, if he stays, then it's going to be a great surprise. This is the way that you can break it down with Mo Salah. And his situation is... So if he stays, he's a legend, and he's probably not getting as much as he thinks he's worth, which means there's a little bit of a disrupted camp. But in the main, he's staying for the non-money reasons. And you've got people saying pay the man, which is absolutely fair enough. I'm not saying that I don't want Mo Salah to say. I agree with the notion, pay him what he wants. But it's the no sort of possibility that Mo Salah is just asking for a Paquito bit too much. I'm not saying he's FO is, but when you really think about it, I've seen numbers thrown around like 400, 450, $500,000 a week. Now, we don't know what numbers are true, let's be real, but in the main, these are just no little numbers. Like, yeah, we can make him probably the highest paid player in the team and in the squad with 300k a week, but maybe we don't want to do 400s, maybe we don't want to do 450. And you know, if that is the case, fair enough, man. Like, if FSG want to go down the really safe route, they've proven it can bring some level of success and you can still have a decent squad. Don't get me wrong, it takes fucking time, but we got there in the end. And if that means now it's just going to be a self-sustainable thing of constantly having a good squad through the model that you've built, then I'm sorry, that's a really good thing that FSG done. A really good thing that someone who was calling for FSG to be out a year ago and less than a year ago, now it gave me a different perspective because now I'm looking at the journey. Maybe you don't want to interrupt that by giving someone enormous wages. Now, people are going to mistake this as me saying I want Salah to go. Absolutely not. It's just not always... There's always two sides to the argument. And I think there's a very fair one for FSG if that is the case.
Yeah, there's a couple of points to be made there, I think. Number one, obviously, no one wants Salah to go. But number two, no one really wants the wage structure to be broken. And when I say that, what I mean and what I understand from the situation is that apparently in December we offered 375, which is a lot of money, which is way more than anyone else is getting in the squad. Apparently, Rami, Salah's agent, said, and this is again what people have put in the laughing emojis to, he kind of scoffed at the contract and almost threatened Liverpool to say, if you don't want to pay 600, PSG will pay that tomorrow.
Oh, fuck off, Rami.
This game, bro. I don't like. It's
fuck
horrible.
Off, Rami. Do you know this Rami? He's the really, really nice looking girl's fat mate who doesn't fucking butt out of the conversations. I am trying to bend on your mate. Fuck off. Is that too far?
That was a bit mad. Still.
It was a bit mad, but it's the right analogy, and I don't take a single word.
It's worrying people, Jay. Look, Salah's situation. We've gone from a few months ago going, yeah, he's definitely going to sign. And now the worry is literally creeping into all Liverpool fans. We don't know if he's going to sign, bro. And we can't put the wage structure, because if we do and give Salah 450, Virgil's going to turn around and go, hang on, where's my dough? Trent.
Do you know what? I don't even think that'll happen. I don't even think that will happen. But the one thing that will happen is over time, the more stars that we sign, they'll go, we did. Salah's on that much. Look what I've been doing. Say if we sign, not that we are going to sign him, but I don't know, Erling Haaland, for example, there is no reason why he wouldn't come to Liverpool based on what you've seen so far of him at Dortmund and over his career. So I wouldn't translate that to goals in a Liverpool shirt. He could just go, well, Salah's getting this much. I believe I can get a very similar amount. Pay me this much. It's not self-sustainable, especially over the long run. Look at Manchester United excessively paying the players. Arsenal excessively paying the players. You know, big clubs that have been affected by this. Fucking hell, PSG fans are literally booing Messi and Neymar as we speak. Oh, and Gini, by the way. Yeah. So you've got to look at it from a thing where money, when you spend it like City, where they're going out and they're not getting the Lionel Messis of this world, Neymar's, the already established superstars, but they will go out and get a Bernardo Silva, who was world class when they bought him, but he's not a superstar. They wouldn't go Bernardo Silva, you know, top 2 players in the world when they bought him. Cancelo, very similar situation. In fact, there's very few players that you look at in that City squad and you go, oh, they were the best from when you bought them.
Yeah. Well, they're about to get Ireland, apparently, if you believe the rumours in the summer.
They very well might be. And you know what? Again, that's being off the back of building a really good team to where they're just going to win the league every season anyway. But you can add Haaland in there if you want. But that shows the recruitment that they've got. I'm happy with our recruitment. If we lost Salah, would it be shit? Yes. Do I think we could replace him? If there's anyone who can do it, possibly us. And by the way, I'd be saying the same about Mane, about Firmino. Yeah. I love Salah. I think he's the best in the world. But if Salah leaves, I'm not going to entirely blame FSG on this one. I like to be a little bit more open-minded now about the whole situation, and I just can't fully blame them. You've just said that we offered them 375. If he's turning that down, I don't really know what you want. Like, I don't know what you want.
This is the thing about agents, right? If it was down to Salah, from what he said to the press, he would have signed. But if you bring PSG into the conversation as an agent, then your one intention is so crystal clear.
Why would you want to go there?
For the money.
Why would you? Yeah, but why?
There is no, in my opinion, if you're at Liverpool, there is no reason for you to go to PSG. Not now, not tomorrow, never. It has to be only for the money. You've seen them boo the best player that's ever lived last night, who's in their shirt. You've seen them boo Neymar, Gini Ronaldo. All these guys, if we're being honest with ourselves, they left for money. If you go to PSG, if you go to Newcastle, with all due respect, if you go to teams like them too, especially them two, you are going for the money. If Salah leaves Liverpool to go to PSG for the money, forget about it. I don't want you anyway. But what I'm trying to understand is it him? Is it his agent? Because if it's his agent and it's not Salah's fault, then that agent needs to shut his mouth, get off Twitter and stop talking.
Do you know what, though? And I love Salah, and no matter what happens in this situation, best believe he is still a fucking elite legend of my football club. And I still would not be against at all of putting a fucking statue of that man outside Anfield, regardless of whatever happens in this situation. Regardless. But I do believe that if Salah really wanted to put the ink on that paper, I think he would. And you can blame the agents, and it's definitely the agents earwigging him a little bit and saying, you know, but what about this? And conducting the choir. But still, though, mate, I think if Salah really, really wants to put the pen to paper, then he absolutely would. And Mo Salah, he's got one of them, you know, Rio Ferdinand said it really well the other day. Does he want to stay at Liverpool and just become a fucking legend? Because it's not like we're offering him pennies. It's not like we're just going, it's not like we're going, here's 250 grand a week, which, yes, would be underpaying the man. Here's 375 grand a week. You know the way we run things here. You knew the wage structure when you came here. You knew when you came here, there's no superstars who were on 200 grand a week. We want to build to that where we can pay you slightly more. It's like me coming on Kop TV and asking for 5 grand a month. Do you know what I mean? One day, it'd be great if we were all making money.
We'll get that one day.
We'll get that one day. But right now, it'd be ludicrous. Why? Because we're in a process of building the channel. We want to get it more self-sustainable and stuff like that. Exactly. So Salah knew what the structure was when he joined. So for him to now kind of say, I want to break that. I don't know. I think that's a little bit disingenuous, man. I think, especially if you're being paid $375 a week, people won't like us saying this, Alex. People won't like us, you know, even slightly saying Mo Salah may be wrong in this case. We're not having a go at him on the pitch. Guess what? I'm not even having a go at him off the pitch. But what does he want more? Does he want a long-lasting legacy on $375 a week, or does he want to just be another possible failure. If Messi's going there and failing and Neymar's going there and failing, there's no reason why Salah won't go to PSG and fail. So would you rather then be a failure on 600 grand a week? You let me know.
Yeah, no, you've summed it up perfectly. You can either stay and be a legend. The grass ain't always greener. Look at Ginny, look at Coutinho, Emre Can. The one thing I can say about Suarez is that he elevated. I can't say it about him.
Suarez was an exception.
You know, do you want to be a legend? And when I don't use that word lightly, you can be the number one player of this club of all time. It's in your hands to go and get that. If you stay for 3 or 4 more years,
that's the difference. That's the difference.
Will become Alex, the number one player ever.
You've just said it. Nail on the head. Salah is already world class for Liverpool. I was going to call you out on that and then you corrected it. He is not only fighting to be a legend of this club because he already is. He is fighting to be numero uno. He is fighting for that crown. And do you know what?
Jay? Do you remember when you said in Jurgen's? You said, and I always remember it because you were the first guy I heard say it. You said Salah is more of a Premier League legend than Gerrard, and this was like months ago, and we were saying, "Oh, well, if he carries on because it's another season, 20 goals. Let's fast forward 2-3 years. Suddenly, there's no question. There's not. Number one question.
Well, right now, I feel like we're seeing that into fruition. But and again, like I believe, even if he stays for that season and leaves the PSG, we'll still hold him in a very similar vein. But in comparison to what he could achieve and in comparison to what this club would give him for life is just exponentially different in comparison to what any other club. Real Madrid, Man City, even Man City is just another one of them.
Yeah.
With Liverpool, you are a part of the real success story about us returning. You got us to a Champions League final. You lost that because of the injury. You came back like a fucking hungry motherfucker from the Egyptian sands, and then you just marched into the fucking Liverpool team. You marched all the way to Spurs. You slotted the penalty, but probably weren't a penalty, but you done it anyway. And then you went ahead and scored 4 times over the amount of goals that you've been scoring previous seasons. The same goals that people suggested you were a one-season wonder. Craziness. So he's already done it. It's just about him. 5 seasons. And you know, until he does go and until this is fully not sorted, I'm still going to back him. But at the same time, he might not be 100% right.
Yeah, unbelievable if this doesn't work out, how far we've come down the line with him, how much we've invested. And again, I don't believe that this is him. I do believe it's his agent. As soon as you're an agent and you start bringing in PSG into the chat as like a threatening tool, that's on the agent, bro. There's a couple of great comments here, to be fair. 5 Gs to James is Bolton, says Dan TV. Captain Sal, I thought James is on 7K a month. Dimitri, 500K for James. Come on, bro. Big up to Klopp Talk. This channel's accelerating at a rate that you'll be on 10K min a month. I think he's talking about money, but I rate that. Come on, bro.
Nice. Alex
well said. Salah is the legend, you know, which Gerrard... listen, let's not start bringing Stevie in. There's no way to...
Well, there's no point now.
Listen, Salah's won the Champions League, the Premier League for Liverpool, everything, which Gerrard has done apart from the Premier League. But the difference is he could go on to totally wipe out what Gerrard achieved, okay, in the next 2 or 3 years.
Oh, no, listen. All I'm saying, if Steven Gerrard and Mohamed Salah sat down at a table and exchanged the options of what they could have, I'm pretty sure Steven Gerrard would absolutely every day of the week take Salah's trophy cabinet over his own.
Yeah. But how about this thing? You know, when Suarez was going to leave that season and then Gerrard sat down with him and said, look, give us 1 more year, show up, and then you'll still get your big move. Do we almost need to bring Gerrard back into the club to sit down with Salah and say, listen, I'm going to be here in about 3 years, yeah? Sign the thing, and you can be a legend just like me. Even though
I've got to the point where if he wants to go for money, I feel like a lot. Let him go. Let him go. It was great having you, and I do love you, and I forever will. But gotta go. It's like when you're having ex-girlfriends and you were dead sound and you were just a few things mutually weren't getting agreed. But at the end of the day, you can still see them in the nightclub, man, and you can fist bump them, and you can say something. Do you know what I mean? And it can be that really weird encounter, but you can still be sweet. That's what Mo Salah and us can be. It doesn't have to be this weird thing where we go to social media and we make it this big, huge malarkey. We remove their name out the bio and all that other stuff. What I prefer this to be is just let be what will let be. Don't make it a big dramatized thing. And guess what? Do you want me to tell you why I'm mainly saying that? Is because when Suarez left, he was probably our only world-class player who was reliable. If Salah leaves, we've still got 10 other world-class players, and that's starting 11 right now as I speak. I am custy, my G. Are we still going to compete without Salah? Yes. Are we probably going to replace him in due course? Yes. Will it be the same numbers straight away? No. But over time, just like Mo Salah, will their numbers correlate? Possibly. And maybe they won't, but you've got to believe in our scouting system, man. And more importantly, you've got to believe in the team. I believe thoroughly Luis Diaz could come in and really do a role. I believe Mane could go back to the right-hand side and still do a really solid job. Are any of them getting the numbers salaries? No, but you've still got Jota there getting 20 goals a season. And it also means there's going to be more goals for Mane. There's going to be more goals for Luis Diaz. If the goals are more spread out and you're not really seeing much of a change, you're just not getting one individual's getting 40 or 50%.
I mean, how it's even ended up in this situation where we're debating it now makes me sad, man. Because this should have been sorted. This should have been done when all the other contracts.
Who do you blame? Who do you blame for it not being done? And I don't want an answer. I don't want an answer like a bit of everyone. I want them. Who do you think is the main culprit in all of this?
Agent.
So Salah. So Salah.
No, Salah's agent.
Yeah, so Salah. No, because when you talk about Salah's agent, you're talking about Salah, so it's Salah's fault. Because I don't want to hear how his agent's doing this to him. Salah doesn't have a say in the matter. I believe that'd be quite ludicrous to say he wouldn't.
Am I thinking naively here when I say, listen, if he did accept the 375 and let's say he wanted more, even though there's a massive debate, should there even be billionaires in the world? I don't think there should be, but he's on his way to becoming that. If he got a massive deal with, I don't know, Pepsi, he's already one of Pepsi's advert people. Let's say he got 10 million for doing a Pepsi campaign. Would that not equate to all the money? Like, who says that you have to earn all your money on the pitch? Why can't you use more stuff off the pitch to earn that money and fill that gap that you think you deserve from that 375 to 600? Can you just not go and get a massive brand deal with Vodafone or, do you know what I mean? Like, I know he does all this already, but how much money do you need, bro?
Yeah.
Because everyone else has got the money, you can still get a fat chunk of that, but you might not get that. But does it matter that much?
Do you know what, though? If Salah does choose the money, then I mean this in the best possible way. He's normal. He's normal. Just like the way if you saw the bag that Mo Salah is wanting, you take it, and I most certainly would as well. Mo Salah's just a normal human being. The thing is, I didn't know he was normal. For the past 5 years, I didn't know he was normal. I thought he was a fighter. You know, it's still in our hands. You know, it is in our hands. And even the post that he done yesterday, it's still in our hands. Getting injured in the Champions League final, coming back and winning the Champions League, leading us to 97 points, and then we had to come back and get 99. Or, by the way, while he's still the Golden Boot get the winner, I thought he was different. I thought he wouldn't give a fuck as long as he's competing for all the trophies, not just one, not just two, all the trophies on a season-to-season basis. Then he's going to, as long as he sees improvement constantly, then that is the Mo Salah that we need. But apparently he's just normal. Apparently he is just, if he sees the numbers, then he gets it. That's not me saying about anything bad. He's a normal human being, just like me and you, Alex. That's never a bad thing. But he's not what I thought he was. If this is the case, that's what I will say.
Let us know in the comments what you think. We could easily talk about this all day and night. We're so passionate about it. Who knows what's going to happen? Of course, you're going to get asked this a lot now. I am as well. I know it. And I'm just going to have to say, look, I hope he stays. But if he does go for money, then it will taint it. It will taint it for me because I didn't think that was him. But listen, is it his agent? Let us know in the comments. Let's move on to another frustrating point here in the Premier League in general, and that is the standard of refereeing, Jay. Couple of decisions that I'm going to throw to you. One, obviously, the Sanchez red card when he kicks Luis Diaz in the neck/jaw area. Doesn't get any cards at all. If that goes wide and it hits the post, then it's a red and a penalty. But because it goes in, nothing's given. Unbelievable. And the second one, Jay, was the penalty last night. I don't know if you saw it at Stamford Bridge. Chalobah on Murphy. blatant foul, drags his shirt down in the box, kicks him, gets away with it. Like, it's ruining the game for everyone. It's not just City that are advantage, like getting these decisions that are going against everyone else. It's most teams. You saw the handball at Everton wasn't given. The standard of refereeing, bro, and I said it in the instant match reaction on Saturday, genuinely is Sunday League level. And these guys, Mike Dean, David Coote, they're getting paid hundreds of thousands a year, and they're still making decisions like that, Jay. They're not using VAR in the right way. They don't go to the screen if they need to. What is going on? And do you think this is tarnishing the reputation and stature of this league when there's refereeing like that?
Can't tarnish what is already tarnished. You can't mess up a room. That's it. You know, it's like messing up a room or cleaning up a room, sorry, that you messed up. Can't do these things. You know, the one thing that I am going to say, and I don't know how an interviewer responds to the interviewee when he does this, I'd rather not talk about it. I'm doing a Jose Mourinho. I do not speak. I do not speak. I will not speak. Ask me another question.
Oh, come on. You must have an opinion on it, though.
No. I do not speak. I do not speak. Because here's the thing. We talk about it every single week. We do not need to talk about it. And do you want me to tell you what I'd rather talk about, especially with the fact it's the Kop TV, it's positive vibes only. I'd rather talk about the great 3 points that we got. We know the English. What are we saying here that people don't already know? Let's be honest with ourselves, Alex. We've got a smart audience. We don't want to patronise them. They already know the shit. They know the refereeing's piss poor. And I know that we have this little thing, Liverpool, but let's be real. We get a lot of the decisions in general put against us on a consistent basis. Apparently, you can commit a foul, but if something happens between the foul and just after the foul, like if the ball goes out of play, then it doesn't count. It happened with Jordan Pickford. It happened with fucking Sanchez. So, sweet. If it's out of play, and no matter what, I could shoot you in the face. I could shoot you in the face. And it's fine. And it's fine. I could convict murder on a football pitch by shooting you 10 times in the face, hitting you 10 times in the belly with a baseball bat, and then furthermore putting you in a big fuck-off human blender machine and then using your body parts and putting them in cement. Wow, and that's fine. And get on this. No, Alex, and that's fine.
Not for me.
No, it's absolutely fine. No, it doesn't matter if it's for you. It only matters to Mike Dean. It only matters to them, because guess what? That'd be fine just as long as the ball went out for a throw-in. All that. So that's the point that I'm trying to make. There's no point in talking about it. Not a single point. Get on this. You know I do fundraising, right?
Yeah, man.
Right? And I spoke to this beautiful blind woman called Linda the other day, and she was unbelievable. And obviously, the objective of a fundraiser is to sign them up. Linda was this close to signing up. But do you want me to tell you why she never signs up? Because she didn't see the point. She didn't. Right. So, do you get the joke that I made there? Yeah, amazing.
Wow, she's blind. Wow.
Yeah, man, now you've clocked onto it. So, yeah, so she didn't see the point. Just like in this instance, I don't see the point about talking about referees.
Yeah, you said what you needed to say there, and we don't need to go on about it. It's not going to change anything, you know?
Yeah. And also, we've got a great 3 points to talk about. Come on, that's it. That's a title charge.
The one thing I will say, and then we'll end it there, why don't we employ refs like we do in the Champions League from other countries? Why do we rely on the same 10 shitbags that we've been having for the last 15 years? I'm not being funny. Most of them are fat. If I know the world is what it is now, and you can be a fat model and oversight, amazing. But refereeing, you can't be fat and be a ref in the Premier League. You saw it 36 years ago.
You can be fat and be a referee in the Premier League, but what you can't be is a shit fat referee in the Premier League, and that's what we've got a lot of at the moment.
Clearly you can. You know, you need to be as fit as a butcher's dog. That's what Fergie used to say about refs, and I'm not just and some of the linos don't even keep up with the play. Don't even keep up with the Anyway, the refereeing level in this league is the worst in Europe, and that's all that needs to be said about it. It's an absolute disgrace, and nothing's going to change because the football is the football, and the VAR is the VAR. Sometimes it's a good, sometimes it's a shit.
Fucking hell, you're getting the Spanish out of Alex now. Sort your shit out, referees.
Yeah, refs, you melts. Right, let's talk about positive vibes. Liverpool again, winning, Jay. Again, Luis Diaz man of the match. Again, Mo Salah scores. Again, we keep that gap to 3 points against Manchester City. Arsenal went a massive game. Forest on Sunday. Tell me how you feel, bro.
I feel very sexy, man.
Big up to Mitch.
I feel very sexy, man. I feel very sexy. All 4 competitions, everyone's flying. Luis Diaz just getting better. Just getting better. Do you want me to tell you why? Because he's boss. And because he can. That's the only reason. We don't even need Luis Diaz. But are we a considerably better team with him? Yes. Mo Salah scoring goals. Tell me something more inevitable. Tell me something more inevitable. Just like the way when it hits 9 o'clock and the sun goes down, the sun will always rise up. It's inevitable, just like Mo Salah.
Taxes.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. All that business. You know, the Kop TV being boss, all those guarantees, Salah scoring goals is another guarantee. And, you know, Sadio Mane, someone who over recent weeks, I think, significantly improved, and he's adapted to the role down the middle nice and well. And did we play amazing? No. Do we care? No. Because we really don't. Because it's just all about the 3 points. It's about grinding out results and using the most of the squad that we have at the moment. And Brighton are a good team. Very well tactically set out. Very good manager and all that other business. I think that was all, you know, we haven't won there in the last 4 times that we went.
In the last 3 games, we've lost 2 against them and drawn 1.
Yeah, man. So that just goes in itself. Like, good team, always been well tactically set out, always going to give a tough time for the new boys. If you had a little bit more quality, you might even get a result out that game. But we got the job done. That's all that matters. Another 3 points, another game where we can believe that this title race is on. No matter how bleak or whatever it may seem, it's on. You know, we've just won the League Cup. We're still in the FA Cup. We're charging for the Champions League. Knocking out Inter Milan out in the process.
Yeah, man. Talk to me about Joel Matip's assist.
It's so hard to keep coming up with descriptive words to describe Joel Matip, man. He might just be the best centre-back at this club. He might just be. I know that's... I don't do this for clips. I don't do YouTube for clips. I do YouTube because it's funny. And if it gets clipped, fine, funny. Do you know what I mean? I don't really give a fuck about clips, mate. But Joel Matip might just be our best centre-back. And that's why I get so in trouble, because I'm so transparent about how I feel. But if you really break it down, Joel Matip, when either we won the Champions League or towards the end of the season when we won the league and he was playing over Joe Gomez, Joel Matip was outperforming Van Dijk. Yeah. And then this season, I think Joel Matip has outperformed Van Dijk. So based off the case studies, one thing that we have got is Joel Matip not as available as Van Dijk has been over the course of their Liverpool careers. But when he's played, he's been better. So I think that speaks for itself. We don't know what Daniel Agger could have been if he played more consistently. But a lot of people were saying he would have been our best centre-back by a country mile. I think Joel Matip's a very similar case, except now he's had a full season to prove it. He's had very little injuries. He's getting assists. He's scoring goals. He's great on the ball. He's finding the switches. But more importantly, he's doing his fucking job as a defender. And he's being boss at defending. He's doing everything. He's doing everything. I forget the fact he was free. He could have been fucking 300 billion. And it would have been a good signing outside the injuries. But in terms of the actual quality of the player, unbelievable acquisition. And now you can understand why he was brought in so early at the end of the day. So I think Joel Matip, was it Brendan Rodgers who brought him in? Or was it Klopp in his first?
Klopp.
It was Klopp in his first season. Yeah. Because I know we signed him. Like 6 months before he actually came in. But that was Klopp's first season, I believe. So, yeah, you're right. Joel Matip, mate, there's nothing more to say. He's a well-rounded centre-back that's criminally underrated.
Mitchell saying maturing is admitting Joel Matip is our best centre-back right now.
Yes, it is. And it's fine. Because guess what? Virgil van Dijk's still boss. Like, just because we're saying Joel Matip might be better does not take anything away from Virgil van Dijk. All it really tells us is we might have the 2 best centre-halves in world football. We might. At the end of the day, you know, Rudiger, is he in that conversation? Possibly. Thiago Silva, possibly. You know, but we can say that at least our boys are in the conversation as well.
Met Joel with my son at the Albert Dock in Liverpool, had a chat, hell of a top bloke. Love that. And he's just a nice guy as well. Do you know what I mean? Joel Matip, love to see it. Unbelievable performance from him. Diaz gets another goal. And the thing with Diaz that I'm really surprised about, there was a fan cam that Mario did a few weeks ago, and he said Diaz needs to get in the gym. Do you know what? I disagree with that.
He's a physical beast.
Fighter. This guy will put his head where it hurts. He'll go shoulder to shoulder with anyone. He'll track back to left back if he needs to. He's rapid. And trust me, Tarek Lamptey is not slow either. He was outrunning him. Obviously scored the goal, always looking for an assist. And that run that he makes from the left side across the line, where he ends up as the number 9 almost, like you saw for the goal on Saturday, like you saw for the goal against Norwich that he scored. That run, you just can't stop it, bro. You can't stop that. If you're a right back looking at him about to dash in front of you to then become the centre back's problem, what can you do about that?
I think he's got a phenomenal healthy balance, and I'm not talking about his diet. I'm talking about his qualities. I'm talking about his physical attributes. I'm talking about everything as a player, because he's a flary player. He likes to turn off players quick. He likes to run in behind, but more importantly, he likes to be able to do a skill and then be able to run past you. Obviously, in the Premier League, it's going to be a lot of shoulder to shoulder and stuff like that. I think he's held himself well. I don't look at him the way I looked at Minamino when Minamino first joined and he was getting bodied by the under-18s of Aston Villa. I look at Luis Diaz and I think you hold your own. You're not the strongest player on the pitch, but you don't need to be. You use your physical attributes to the fullest. You're constantly running in behind. You're constantly giving us another threat. And you're not even at probably your best level yet, because you're still adapting to the team and the league and stuff. I don't really think there's anything to be, that's being nitpicky if you think he needs to go to the gym. But if you think about if he needs to go to the gym and he gets a little bit bulkier, but he gets a little bit slower, don't you think that impacts his performance? So I think he's at the perfect, most healthiest balance right now. Don't go any slimmer because you'll get weak. Don't go any stronger because you'll get a bit slower. Stay where you are right now. You're lightning, you're fire, you're powerful. You're now getting the goals. You're fighting for the goals, and that's what you need. And that's what, top Reds all across the country and all across the world would absolutely adore, is the fight and passion of the goal that he scored against Brighton. Always love to see it.
Love that. Quick word tonight, Palace versus City. Can Palace take anything off of City tonight?
Yes, they can, but I don't think they will. Don't think they will. But if they do, boss, if they do, amazing. Shout out to fucking Zaha, man. Win us the Prem, lad.
Shout out to Diego Crystal Palace as well. I know he'll be watching that tonight.
Yeah, do you know who's actually going to score the winner tonight? Go on, people, if you want to put money on this, then I don't advise it. Martin Kelly. Martin Kelly. I don't even think he plays for Crystal Palace no more, but if he does, then he's scoring the winner.
Yeah, man. No, Nathaniel Klein.
Nathaniel Klein. Nah.
Right
Man City are going to go 1-0 up. Martin Kelly's going to... No, Nathaniel Klein's going to get the equaliser with the second ever world-class goal he scored in his career, and then Martin Kelly's going to come in with his big fucking head and put it in the back of the net, mate.
Or Martin Kelly, Klein, and Benteke all score for
oh my God, you've just said it. Man City go 2-0 up. The same thing what I just said happens. Benteke scores the winner.
Right, big game on Wednesday night.
Shout out to Connor Cody, by the way.
Yeah, big Cody. Shout. And Everton are going down, unfortunately.
Wait, what? Is that like confirmed?
Well, no, it's not confirmed. They're in the bottom 3, bro. They are. I don't know if you saw the video.
Are they in the bottom 3?
Last night. Everton fans are crying. They literally are crying, saying, "I'm just."
No, it is that. It is that, alas. It is a bit alas. But do you know what else is alas? No, wait there, Alex. Wait there. No, it is our last. But you know what else is our last? Like your 3-year-old nephew falling over is our last. But it's fucking funny. It's fucking funny though. It's funny when they start crying and then they fucking fall and because they're a baby, their head's dead big and it looks like a bobblehead and they're just fucking walking around the place like that. I've got a little 13-month-old nephew. He fell over the other day, fucking laughed me head off, mate. His head bounced off the floor like that. He just got up and was like. That's Everton fans right now, and guess what? Even though I felt sorry for him, you know what I mean? The little fucker's just learning to walk as we speak. God bless him, gonna fall over a few times, you know what I mean? But it was fucking funny though, mate. It was hilarious. And
Well, listen,
Everton fans, it happens. It happens.
Just quick one before we go. Score prediction for Arsenal on Wednesday night and Sunday. We go to Nottingham Forest. Tough game, that.
So you want a prediction for both?
For both, bro, yeah.
Yeah, greedy bastard. So, right, I'm going to go with Arsenal. I'm going to say this just because I'd love to be proven wrong. I weirdly feel a draw. It's the one time that I feel like we're going to go to Arsenal and maybe drop points. It's one of the harder fixtures of our remaining games. They've really improved. But if any team's going to win, it's going to be us. But I'm probably going to say it's draw. And then Nottingham Forest, we win.
Score?
For both games, right. Fucking 1-1 for Arsenal. And then 3-1 for us against Forest.
I'll take that. I would definitely take that. I mean, obviously, we'd prefer the draw. T-Boys TV saying Arsenal 0, Liverpool 1, Forest 2, Liverpool 3. Looking like a classic there on Sunday.
That'd be a good game.
2-3 Liverpool, and then to beat Forest 2-1 in the Cup. 3-0 and 2-0. Need to do a summer job and sign Martinelli, says.
We got Diaz. Fuck Martinelli.
Listen, bro. I know we've both got a lot to be getting on with today. Thank you so much. I love you, mate, for coming on.
Love you too, brother.
I really appreciate it.
I love you too, brother.
Comments. Had a great one today. And Hot Kopics will be back next week. I'm off to the Emirates now to do some preview stuff with the boys from AFTV. And I'm on DR Sports as well if you want to watch that.
What a bunch of Liverpool flags. Bomb it with Liverpool flags. Bomb it. Get a big bomb, let it explode, and then just put loads of Liverpool flags all over the stadium. So it doesn't come out with fire, it comes out with just a bunch of Liverpool scarves. And guess what? You know, when we fucking snot them, even though it just said we're gonna draw, it's gonna be glorious. It's gonna be glorious.
Beautiful,
Thy will finger Arsenal again.
Thy, love that. Shakespeare, really. Clipped, love that. Big up to everyone for watching. Thank you for another edition of Hot Kopics. We'll see you next time. All the best.
Peace.
Whoa. Just before you go,
don't forget, give us a like, drop us a comment, and subscribe to the Kop TV.
The voice of football's most famous stand.